In 2023, I'm proudly supporting the Parkinson's UK charity. If you'd like to support me in this amazing charity, you can either click on the link on the header image on a PC or click on the About Me section on a mobile phone. Your support is greatly appreciated. Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Well done, Lou. Well done. I didn't think anyone would get that. When I started seeing Escape from New York, I'm thinking, oh my God, they're so close. But no, it was The Thing. Hello, Jim. Jim Strover there in chat. He's watching me on a 78-inch TV tonight, apparently. So my head must be over here. Absolutely ginormous. The John Carpenter film where Kurt Russell blows something up. Oh, bless. I do like that film. I've been watching some weird, strange movies. Lou knows because he commented on it yesterday. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of watching the film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And Ki Hai Kwan is up for an Oscar for it. I'm telling you, that film, you need to persevere with it to the end because it's an absolutely amazing movie. But oh my God, it doesn't make any sense. You're watching it going, I'm having a bad trip. Not that I know what a bad trip is because, you know, I'm a nice guy. Hello, Christian.
Let's give it up big time.
75 inches.
Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
I'm a guy, Jim. I always overestimate size. It's all going good, Adrian. Yeah, so great movies. If you get a chance to see it, you got to see it. But oh my God, it needs to be watched twice because wow, spaced out. And there is a good Ratatouille reference in it as well if you haven't seen it. So I did enjoy it. Mrs. Wayne didn't have a clue, so she went to bed. You're buying googly eyes. Oh, bless. First things first, look over here. This is what I'm building tomorrow. And this is, before I'm teasing you now, this is my new compadre that is going to be in the workshop with me. This is my yang to my ying. This over here is the new member of the workshop in that great big box there. What's in the box? I should have had that still out, shouldn't I? This is the new workstation from Tyrell Models. And this is what I'm going to be building tomorrow. So you're going to be able to see me setting this up and showing you what it's all about. Now, I do believe David at Tyrell Models does still have a few of these, very limited at the moment. Now, shipping is a lot of money to get this to America. This thing is absolutely ginormous. So I think for the remaining ones that he's got at the moment, they're just going to be in the UK. But I'll explain all that tomorrow. I haven't opened it, so I haven't even seen it for myself yet. But it's going to be pretty amazing to look at how that is as well. Something else, we got Dan in chat. Dan Goldman. Hello, Dan. Dan's back with us. Dan's been out the picture for a couple of years. But he's back now with Oligo Models and he's rebuilding Oligo Models up. And he's created this little pre-roll of what's coming. So what's happening with Oligo Models? Now, Dan, you're still setting up that website, but that's the web address for Oligo Models, so you'll be able to follow that and see. Now, Dan's aiming to actually create an online model business now, so it's not just models that you'll be able to get there, but modelling suppliers and all that, so keep your eye on that. And I will occasionally put that up so you can see that. It'll probably be in my links for the video as well. Jim's just sent me a picture of what he's watching me on his 75-inch TV. I've got 40 inches is big enough here, but talking about TVs, which I thought this is fun. Hello, should we build the workstation tonight? No. It's all planned out, Robert. Tonight is going to be this Alpine. And just so you know that the bits that we're doing tonight, hysterically on the channel, are always the bits that I injure myself. So I have got my Star Wars plasters at the ready. No joke. There is a chance I'm going to hurt myself tonight. So if any of you are bloodthirsty, that could be happening. But regarding the workshop, TV sizes and all of that, Ian over at Partwork Models has collaborated with me to do... In 2023, I'm proudly... Try that again, I pressed the wrong button. Try that again. Ian from Partwork Models has collaborated with me to do a World of Wayne blueprint. And 50% of the proceeds for this are going to Parkinson's. And I will be signing some of these as well. Now, the funny thing is about this blueprint is not only is there an enterprise above the TV, but if any of you have actually visited my workshop here, it's exactly laid out like my house is. So it's like, it's a map of my house. I don't. Lucky I'm home all the time because, it'd be easy to find your way around my house because it's not just the workshop, it's the house as well, which is quite interesting. Hello, Chris, how's it going? But, yeah, all fun. The blueprints, I will have them here, and I am going to be signing a bunch for Ian as well. So check that out. That's over at partworkupgrades.com that I've put there. The other thing is, if you remember Wonderfest last year, now Lou, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. They had a 1/6 scale Batmobile, and if you haven't seen that, just search up Wonderfest Dealer Room. I believe it will be the top search, will be my video, where I went around the Dealer Fest last year, but we saw this guy from Jazz Inc. Dioramas, and he had a 1/6 scale Batmobile, which was absolutely amazing. Now, there was no way, even though these things are over £1,000, there was no way that was going to stay in stock. And unfortunately, the 1966 Batmobile was gone. You can't get it now. They have replaced it now, though, by the 1989 Batmobile at 1/6 scale. Now, this isn't a model as such. There'll be a couple of things you need to add to it, but it's actually sold as seen. It's all die-cast, all electrics, all running absolutely like the models that we build here. But these are in 1/6 scale. Now, these are super big. Now, the guy that I spoke to last year, he also had a Batwing, and you'll see that on the Jazz Inc. Dioramas website. Just type in Jazz Inc. and it will bring them up. He also had a whole cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Pretty impressive stuff that he had there. But that's their new venture now. They are based in the Netherlands. So Pete Cooper is in. You probably know about Jazz Inc. because it's your neck of the woods there. Oh, you sent the setup. Oh, thank you, Pete. That's excellent. But they are only limited, and I do believe they get the license on a limited basis. So once these have gone, they're gone. Now, I think that was £1,000 odd. Let's have a look. Let's have a look together. 1,400. They do have like a payment plan. I'm not affiliated with Jazz Inc. in any way, just so you know. I just like their products. So let's have a look at this one here. The cockpit of the of the Millennium Falcon was amazing. So this is the Jazz Inc. website. So it's Jazz Inc. Dioramas. It's $1,499, and you can have a payment plan on that as well. So if you want something special, I'm telling you, limited edition, but that's the place to go. But the best people that can tell you about it is the guy from Jazz Inc. And I said he was at Wonderfest last year, so check out my video and you'll be able to see that. But it's all cool. Tonight, is that everything now? I'm normally checking my list. Yeah, God, I'm doing good tonight. So tonight I decided that we haven't done a part work build for a while because we finished the diesel engine last week. And I do happen to have two issues here, which is 8 stages of the Renault Alpine. And we have been building the front end and the engine here. But I went to all the trouble to get that out and dig it out and dust it off and everything else. We don't need that tonight. What we do need is this. And this is what I'm talking about hurting. We're doing suspension. Why I decided to do this on a Tuesday stream, probably because I know it's going to go hopelessly wrong. It normally does. My screwdriver normally slips, and I normally end up cutting myself. So that's probably what's going to happen tonight. What else has been going on? Looking around. The Enterprise at the moment, the refit. Look, check that out. It's full of cocktail sticks at the moment. I thought it would be a clever thing, because now I've got the bulbs in there, to put the cocktail sticks in the hole, so that I can prime it. And no chance of it getting onto the LED bulbs underneath. The problem I've found with this at the moment, it's got photo etch that needs to be on from Paragraphics, that's all on there, is that I'm at the stage where everything's smooth, but I can't see where there's gaps or anything because everything's white. So I'm at the stage where I'm going to give it its first coat of primer and see what needs doing. I don't think I'm going to have too much filling to do or anything like that. I did go against recommendations and not use epoxy. What I used was glue. You'll see it in the video when I do that. There won't be a video out this week. So I used CA glue just on the pegs. And because I didn't have any paint or primer on the plastic surfaces, I used this Tamiya cement. This stuff was absolutely brilliant. It bonded, it welded it into place. And the advantage with using this is that I can actually line it up perfectly to where it needs to be, drop it in, hold it for 5 seconds, and it's stuck. So it's brilliant. It's not moving. The thing is rigid as anything. And I think the reason that I haven't used a lot of epoxy means there's not going to be a lot of sanding. Hopefully. We'll have to see how that works. But engine is at the back on that car. Yes, it is, Bergdis. The Batmobile from the last film would have been a great model to build. You're talking about The Batman with Robert Pattinson? You know what? Tattooed Zoologist. I actually was in the cinema on my own because Mrs. World Away wouldn't go to see that one with me. And when that scene of that car came up, I was in the toilet. I missed it all. So I had to watch it afterwards. Typical. Get a light box, Wayne. It's not going to help, I don't think. Because I've got it as smooth. To the finger, it's smooth. But I just know there's going to be some little imperfections. And that's why I think I need to get the first coat of primer on there. We'll see. I'm happy with it at the moment. But before I put any primer on there, I am going to be putting a layer of adhesion promoter on there. And that is my biggest worry, because if you don't get that on properly, it goes on terribly. It needs to be like a really fine mist, if you've ever used adhesion promoter. So I have been practicing before the stream starts. So there is a little bit of fumes in here. So if I get to lightheaded tonight or something, it's because the adhesion promoter that I've been playing with. Give it time. I will. But it looks good. It does need a coat of primer though, because I mean, all the photo etch and stuff is not. I can't picture it. I need to be able to picture it. So see what happens. But I really am enjoying that build. It's just a shame this week haven't had really much time to work on it. My dad, I picked him up today because he had a Parkinson's sort of like afternoon tea, and that went on for like 4 hours. I didn't realise how long it was going to be. So that's why I'm here tonight, and I'm lucky I'm back. So it's all cool. Did you see Sam's Train's YouTube? He had an MDF bass cut for his Hornby. Well, the bass actually, I've actually got him. I was with my dad on Sunday and we actually pinned the, because I bought the bass already, we pinned the track to the bass, no problems at all. If I've got any problem with that Hornby TT 120, the couplings that couple the engines to the carriages is absolutely god-awful. Why can't they keep it the way they used to be? Where they just go together, hook on, everyone's happy. You'd think you can do that, but because they've both got hooks and they both hook onto each other, and half the time, I couldn't even get the back one on. Put it that way, that's how hard it is. So, not impressed. And if I'm having trouble, there's no chance for my dad to be able to get it on. So, what we're doing is, I've got him a pair of these. So, we're going to go in and have a real close look at why they're not going on. Why they're coupling. I've only managed to do the engine and 2 of the carriages. One of the carriages just won't go on. Well, Paul, you know, I was going to ask that. See, I really don't want to use it. But the thing is, because it's going to have masks on, I don't want paint peeling off the masks. I have prepared the surface really good. It's all been sanded. There's definitely no... it's been washed, sanded, everything. I couldn't prepare it anymore. I'm going to be putting a couple of cups of primer on it. I'm hoping that'll be enough, but I don't know. Lou, what do you think? I really don't want to use the adhesion promoter. The adhesion promoter really does look like it's adding an extra layer to it, and I think it's going to lose some of the detail as well, which I really don't want to do. But if I have to do it because of these masks that we're picking up, then I'll do it. But I am aiming to prime it. We'll have to see. Good morning. What have you missed? Nothing, Matty. We're just about to start doing this build. Now, this is a part work build, so we haven't done this for quite a while, actually. It is in instructions form. So I will be looking over at the instructions. And I have got chat here. But if I miss chat, I apologise. So please, please, please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I don't mean to miss messages. But this is going to be a stressful one tonight, I have to say. The other thing is that obviously all the instructions, if I click over and just show you what we're doing tonight. This is what we're doing. All the instructions are in French. So I'm just looking at pictures. So if I do anything wrong, then... don't blame me. It looks like most things are actually building onto what we were working on last time here. So keep turning. We've got some discs to put on. I'm hoping they're in my drawer. Don't remember if I've still got those. So at the end of this pack, I'll be happy to get to the end of this pack if we can. We got to that. And then hopefully we can start the second pack here. But let's see how this goes. So you shouldn't need adhesion promoter after the initial... Right, okay, perfect. Thank you, Lou. That's just made me a little bit happy now. Because I actually had an old model. I had an old model kit, and the first time I used it on it, I destroyed this old... Lucky I used it on an old model. Then I realised the best way to use it. And even though it's come up smooth and perfect and lovely, I do think it lost detail. I think I must have bought a really heavy-duty adhesion promoter. But there you go. Okay, so let's get cracking. So, we're going to be building the suspension tonight, and that's going to start with all of these pieces here. Now, these are metal, and we're going to be first putting this shock absorber case into here. The problem we're going to have now is that that's very dark, isn't it? I can't make that lighter. I think it's just the white balance on the camera there. The problem is that it wants me to put a GM screw in, but historically, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's me born under a bad star sign or what, but nothing ever goes right with suspension builds for me. As you're about to see, because like I've lined that up here, and it doesn't want to bite. And to add to problems, right, there you go, we've managed to get that in. But to add to problems, which is going to make you laugh, stand by. Let's get that in. You're going to love this. We've got a, there we go, that's in place here. We've got a little one joining us on the stream here. Now, what you see here, oh God, hang on. I'm braving myself here. This, can you see that spider there? That's a little false widow spider. I managed to find a false widow nest. I'd already killed the parents, but I've been trying to deal with these little bleeders for ages. Now, false widows are they're not exactly poisonous in this country, but they will give you a nasty bite. So, but I'm not going to kill him. I will wait till he's grown up. I hate spiders, but I can deal with something that big. But that was our little thing. What happened with Starbucks? Well, Storm Gaming. Starbucks, I met the manager, and he says the toilets have been out of action for a year. Must be bad pipes. No way to rectify it or anything like that. Funny enough, when I went there, the toilets were working. Go figure. So I don't know what's happening. I would be going there on Friday, but I'm not going to Starbucks on the Friday, so I'll have to see what it's like on the Tuesday, if they're shut again. If it is, I've decided, how's this for fate? Fate has a way of working in mysterious ways, that there is another coffee shop that I can go to, which is a little bit further down the road, and guess where it is? It's inside what used to be my old Blockbuster store, which I worked for like 10 years in, which is freaky. So I'll be like returning back to my roots by going in there. Crazy stuff. Okay, so we've done that. What are we doing now? We're going to be putting this into this. Is this like a, that's the wishbone. Well, it's part of the suspension here. So this is going in just like that there. And it's going to be held in place with some SM screws. Some Sado masochistic screws. Some S&M screws. Again, tiny bit of oil to get that in. It's sad about Chuck Norris. What's happened about Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris is all right, isn't he? You hate Starbucks. Don't believe you went all in disbelief for suspension. Yes, false widows do. If you don't catch them, I tried to catch them because I had some last year as well, but I did quite well last year. This year, not so much. Okay, so we've done that. I'm going to be putting the spring on top just like this. And then this whole thing, just like this one here, is going into this cavity of the bracket here, or the frame, kind of like that. Now this is where it's going to ping all over the place, making sure I've got it in the right way. I've got to get somehow these into these without it pinging off in all directions. They're going to use these CM screws. So if I get one in, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's I'm going to change the camera, zoom up a little bit. Right. Now you never get to see this when I'm doing the builds. This is where I struggle big time. Okay. I'm going to be quiet, okay? The good news is the screw went in. The bad news is that the suspension just fell out. Right, try that again. Come on. There has to be an easier way. Right, I've got one side in there. Let's get the other one in the other side. Load up a screw. I've only put one screw in. I know you can't see very well at the moment. Believe me, I'm just trying to make sure this thing doesn't ping off and get me in the face. Okay, that's the second one in. Again, not putting it in all the way. Oh no, one's fallen out. Okay, not good. Don't quite know how that one's fallen out. Figure that one out in a minute. Okay, I've managed to get one in. I don't know how this one fell out. How did that happen? That was magic, because I did put that through the hole. That doesn't make any sense. There is a little cutout in the side here. Please work. I know this is a live stream, but don't be nasty on me. Look at it. Ah! Keep doing these. Right, okay. Come on. One went in perfectly. Okay, we've got that in. Right, let's do the other sides. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Just doesn't want to go in. I wish there was an easier way to do this, I have to say, but there isn't. See, look, how can that just come out? Ugh. Stand by. I will look at chat in a minute, I promise. I'm just getting really mad at the moment. Come on. He's not dead. Thank you, Carl. I did get worried then. Chuck Norris doesn't die. It's Death's too scared of him. I've remagnetized this. This isn't helping. Just this one in this side. I can't get it started. As I said, there is a way around. This has to go. One side in. Ah, got it. Right. Happy. Oh, that was a nightmare. Get these nice and tight because I never want to have to touch these again. £40,000 return after 43 years. Who's going to be in that? You need sound effects. I've got one sound effect. I've got this one, Dan. That's normally what happens when things go wrong. There we go. So, brackets in place there. I'm happy now. Okay, so once we've done that, I've got to put the top of the shock here with one of these flange screws that you can see here. So that's a VM screw. I have already opened these up. That's going to hopefully get a bit of oil. Line that up and get the top in. Excellent. And then we're going to be putting the bottom one in, just like we got on this side here. So this one is going to go in this way round, like that. Held in with GM screws. Get these out from each side. The fact that I haven't hurt myself yet is an absolute miracle. But the other problem that I have, and I've mentioned this before, is all of these parts are black. Now, I've got two lights on me, so it's hard for me to see the holes. As a matter of fact, this hole is a little bit, that's better, a little bit of paint in there. I'm going to start it off, I think. There you go, that's the easiest way to do that. Start it off, then put it on, and then try not to slip. It goes into the other side here. Trying to find the hole is going to be the next thing. I think we're in. Yep, that looks good. Or perhaps not. I'm not finding the hole. I'm way off. All right, let's try there. Ah, that's got to be it. Yep, we got it. So, one in that side, and I have to put one in the other side here. You'll watch Fawlty Towers with Chuck Norris. How on earth did you get on this random conversation? I feel like I'm watching that film again. Okay, just putting this last one in. No, I don't swear, Robert. I don't swear. It was an F-bomb. Okay, that one's in. 1 second. Cool. Okay. That's both of those in place, looking like that. Pretty crazy, but you've got some nice suspension there now. I think that was the end of that stage. Just checking. That was the end of that stage. So, let's bring up the next stage. Ugh. This is stage 30. Seems like we've done a lot more of this build than we've actually done. And I think these bits are going to be a little bit easier. We've got the anti-roll bar, or you Americans call it something else. Sway bar, don't you? Portion bar. They've got all sorts of names. All this talk of finding the hole. Poor Mrs. Rolderwayne. Oh, bless. Okay, so we've got this tiny thing here, which is on a sprue, which we need to cut off. That's a new one for me. Having a little plastic clip when we've been working with metal most of the time. I'm just going to get these off. 1 and 2. I've been having a rewatch. I've got a Plex server, you see, at home. So I've been having a rewatch of the 1980s V. That's what I've been doing. And enjoying myself. Do love the old V episodes with Robert Englund, Faye Grant and Mark Singer. Right, these are tiny, so it's probably best to actually use my really tiny screwdriver, because I've got these clips which are going into these points just here. Probably going to be best to load this into the clip. I might have to put my magnifying glasses on now. We're getting fiddly. I've got a Tonight is World of Wildlife. I've got a bug now that's flying around me. Oh, come on, get in the hole. There we go. So that's in. I've got to try and get that into this hole here, which I can't see because of the lights. So stand by. If I can't get this in, I will have to probably use my magnifying glasses. I think I've managed it. By Jove, I think I've got it. Yeah, I have. Right. This in. Because my magnifying glasses have got a they've got a light on them. These PHO screwdrivers do actually screw these tiny screws, but this is definitely the way to go to actually get it started. So that should look just like that. I'm guessing it must be to hold some wires, this one. I'm going to put one on the other side. I will use my magnifying glasses this time. Talking about V, did you ever catch the remake? I saw the remake with Marina Baccarin from Deadpool and Firefly fame, but I didn't like it, I'll be honest with you. I didn't like it at all. You can't beat Jane Badler and as Diana. I mean, I watched that. Us in the UK, we got the See the Final Battle. Let me get this one in. And the original series all at the same time. But in America, I believe you had the first 2 parts and then you had to wait a year for the final battle. So the first time we saw it, we saw everything, which was probably the best way to watch it. Because it had a bit of a weird ending of... Oh, there you go. Had a cliffhanger ending. But That was back in 1984, I believe. There you go. So they're in place. Okay, what's next? We're going to be putting the first bar on, which is going, let me figure this one out, on these two holes here. It looks like they're just pushing in. Two holes here, one there and one there. Hasn't asked me to glue them, but they're not going to stay in on their own. I will think about whether I'm going to glue them. What do you reckon, peeps? Do you reckon I should glue that? Monica. Not Maria. Not Marie. Monica. Marina. It's Marina, her name is. Marina Baccarin. I am right, aren't I? Marina Baccarin. It is. I've met her. I've got my picture taken with her. There we go. That one's in. I got confused then. Okay, and then the last one we've got is this bar here. I'm trying to figure out which way this goes. This is going to be going into the two holes that we've got just down the bottom here. And we've got one on the other side here. And they're held in with KM screws. That's the other screw that comes in this pack. Get these out. Haven't opened this one yet. Don't glue. Dawn Gaming saying yes, glue. What sort of chance does that give me? All right, I am the Messiah. I hope everyone got the reference there. After Phil and Lou's videos recently about the old Spaceballs, I watched Spaceballs as well today. I've been having rewatches based on what Brewverse and Aztec Dummy are building. Memory has the IXO video taking them off later. Oh right, okay, I won't put them on then. I can always glue it in later, it's not a big deal. Two screws in this side. One. And two. I don't think we're going to get through all stages. Glue one side only. There's the happy medium, isn't it? They should make a glue which is like Velcro, you know, so if you make a mistake, you just rip it off. There we go, that's in place, and I believe, just checking, yep, that's all there is to do in that stage. Put that to one side, bring up the next pack, which is pack 31. Ah, the discs come in this one, so I haven't made a disc yet. Get all of these parts out. Okay, what are we doing now? So, we've got, oh, okay, we're working on this side here, and I've got two of these which are metal, which are going into the tops and the bottoms of these sections here. What is holding them into place? I'm guessing it's a hub carrier, and I do suddenly think that these are different sizes because that one went in far too easy. So one in there. One in the top. I'm going to go up to my close-up camera so I can figure out how this hub carrier goes. So it's going to go in with this part facing upwards and outwards, I believe. Show me a picture, please. So wherever the clips are, this is going the other way. So it's going in. Hang on, that make any sense? Stand by. So I'm putting this in exactly as they wanted it there. Okay, that's in there. Then this has got to face the opposite way. So this does, yeah, this definitely goes in this way here. So turn these around. Oh God, this is going to be hard. And I've got to try and get this hub carrier into position here. Like that. They're going to be screwed in. Oh dear, this is going to be hard. With WM screws, that's these big ones. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Okay. So the front bit here is facing towards this roll bar. I just want to double check that is definitely right. I don't want to put this on and realise it's wrong. Looking at it, it is right. Okay. I'm not looking forward to this because it's hard enough to get it lined up already. Okay, I've put this into some oil. I've got my glasses on. It's not helping that. Oops. Burgess, I think you're right. I think I'm just going to leave this out for a minute. This bit keeps falling out. But trying to get this in. Ah, right. I've got it. I think it goes in from this side. Just looking at the instructions again. No, they're screwing it in from the other side. Ah, hang on. They're screwing it in from the opposite side here. Probably best to start this off first. Again, this is where on the Knight Rider build I hurt myself. Now what I find with these, make sure that screws in, it's not in straight. Stand by. If I've learnt something from this, we are now. Is the best way to put these in is with a PH1 screwdriver, not a PHO. You get a lot more torque on the screw. I'm hoping it's lined up to go through the whole piece. It looks like it is. Excellent. So that's the top one in. And then we've got to do the same on the bottom one. Not easy, but I've got it in. Another WM screw, and then hopefully that's that one in place. Which side does this one go in from? They're all in from the same side. I think I'll start with a PH1 this time. Something like that. This is easy if you've got it lined up, but I'm using this back bar here to keep the screw straight. Look, clever, huh? Look. It's a little screwdriver rest. There we go. That should go in absolutely perfectly. Buck Rogers is alive. Gil Gerard, wasn't that Buck Rogers? No, it wasn't. Who was Buck Rogers? Gil Gerard was from Ally McBeal, wasn't he? Gil something. Who was Buck Rogers? Who played Buck Rogers? Come on. Gil Gerard. No, Gil Gerard was Buck Rogers. Who am I thinking of from Ally McBeal and he played Billy in Ally McBeal and Shawshank Redemption? I always get those names confused. Okay, we got the hub carrier in there. That's good. Everyone's happy. We're going to be now taking the brake disc case and we're putting the caliper in. Going in this way by the look of it. To make a complete case. I don't think it can go in. No, it looks silly the other way. So it goes in that way. Held in with some screws. No, an LP screw just down the top there. Very hard. I need to think of a solution to solve all these colour clashes that I've got here. Because it's hard for you to see, especially on the Knight Rider build. Let me go back to chat. Gil Gerard. Gil Bellows. Right, okay. It's the gills. I said stabbing coming on. I hope not. They hurt when I stab myself. Okay, so we're going to be putting this into the top here. There's two little tiny holes on that hub carrier which are going to match the ones that I've got on here. I've got to line those holes up, which is pretty impossible because I can't see what's going on there. And they're held in with some screws. Really tiny things in this bag here. So let's get them out. Very tiny. So tiny there's no way one of my other screwdrivers are going to fit. So I'm going to use this one and try and get one in. If I get one in, it line up the other one. I've got one in, I think. Yep, that looks good. Get the second one in. Can't think for the life of me where I got this screwdriver from. I just pick these things up as I go along. There's the second one. Now, they haven't asked me to put the disc in yet. Go nice and tight. And I bet that's what they're going to ask me to do now, isn't it? Nope, we've got to, very clever, take the brake pipe here and feed it through that little clip we put in right at the start of this pack. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to either get my glasses on or loosen this to get this in. Stand by. I've got my magnifying glasses on. And guess what? It's not going in where it's meant to. Oh no, there we go. We got it. We got it. Does it go all the way through? I'm putting it all the way through. That's better, isn't it? Normally I lose these. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that. Perhaps if we have some backlighting. Let me have a look. Does that help? So, that's in. Now we're going to be putting the disc in. So I'm guessing that goes in kind of like this. There you go. That's the disc in. This one I can probably put back in place now. On top here. 1 and 2. Lovely. I've got these MEA screws. It hasn't told me what to do with those yet. Check them out. Perhaps it's AEM actually, if I turn it around the other way. It hasn't told me what to do with them. Oh, it does. Uh-oh. Stand by. Oops. I've made a little cock up. How have I made a cock up? I haven't opened these, have I? No. I've made a cock up, everyone. But I don't think I'm going to change it. Those AEM screws are meant to go in these sides of the hub carrier, but these have fit absolutely perfect. So, I don't know. Don't know. What do you think? Oh, no, right, I got it. Okay. So the top one, I'm probably going to change it, actually. The top one, I got right, which is a WM screw. The bottom one here, though, was one of these AEM screws. So I'm going to take that out and replace that with what I'm meant to put in. I don't know why there's a different screw there. It's a bit strange. They look exactly the same to me. Any ideas? Anyone? If I see a blur of gloss black, this is never on this channel all the time, especially on a Tuesday night. Okay, I'm just gonna try and line this up again, which is going to be me regretting that I actually took this screw out to get this AEM screw in. For the life of me, I don't know why we had to use that screw. Don't know. I'm going to look at these screws in a second, see what the difference is. If I hadn't changed that then, Robert, the OCD definitely would have kicked in. I'm conscious that I don't want to bend that. There we go. So that's now in with the right screw. What is the difference between these screws? I think one's just slightly longer. You can see that? Absolutely no idea. But there you go. That's the end of that stage, I believe. So I think, looking at the time, we can now move swiftly on and do the other side. Now, we are professionals at this, of course, because we know exactly what we're doing now. The day me and professional are used in the same sentence. God, that'll be the day. Okay. I want to check these to see if there is a difference. There is absolutely no difference at all in these, so I don't know why I bothered changing them around last time. So, just like last time, I am going to take that off. It's going to bug me. Put the top, whatever this is, which doesn't want to go. They are the same. There we go. One's in. Do the one on the bottom. That one's in. Get the hub carrier. And that's going to go in exactly the same way as the last one. And this time held in from this side here with a, is it a WM screw again? Stand by. It is a WM screw. from the top. One of them open. But on the bottom now, obviously I've learnt my lesson. We're going to use one of those longer AEM screws. Oops. Come on. Play the game. Get in there. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl this Sunday, if anyone's watching it. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I have to say, for one night only, I'm going to be a Chiefs fan. Nothing personal to Philadelphia Eagles. But I do want the Chiefs to win. There we go. And then I'll just get the longer screw in the bottom there. Of course you're professional, professionally blind. No, everything that's working tonight is basically based on luck. Luck is a very important factor in my life. Okay, let's try and get a screw in this side. I was going to say they're going in a lot easier on this side, but that's normally famous last words. Get this one in. You can see how scared I am. My hands are shaking. Right, this is where nasty stuff happens. If I get my hand either side of this. Whoops, what's happened here? It turned. Stop turning. That ain't helping. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. It's stuck. Now take it out. Try and put it back in. Just keep doing that. That sometimes helps. Ah, we got it now. Gone in. Fly, Eagles, fly. Don't tell me you're supporting that. Well, Jim, what is it with me and you supporting different teams all the time? There we go. So that's the next hub carrier in. Once again, I'm going to be putting the caliper in. Change the camera again. I'm trying to do this without looking at the instructions. There we go, like that. A KM screw, which I've lost. Was it a KM? Was it an LP? An LP screw. Right, okay. Get this one out. The Super Bowl is when Americans play rugby wrong. I prefer American football to British football, you know. It's sort of history of Chicago Bears and the Soldier Stadium, which they will be leaving as soon as possible. I like how we're ground sharing with the my team, with the LA Chargers. Okay, same as last time. This is going to go on top. Whoops, other way around. Line it up, and that's going in with the screws, which that was holding itself before. It's not doing it now. These tiny screws out. Can't believe I haven't hurt myself yet. And then this is where I'm hoping I've got this lined up properly. I haven't. Ugh. Weren't like this on the other one. I have got my little magnifying glasses on to help. But unless I've got it lined up to the hole, oh, we got it. Perfect. Here's the second one. Oops. Try again. Going in here. Nope. Damn it. Please go in. There we go. That's the second one in. Yeah, why is American football called football? They use their hands. Never figured that on out. Then put the this side in, which... Oh, come on. There you go. The brake disc on that side. That's looking good. So, that side's done, and that side's done. Is that all there is to do in that stage? That is all there is to do in that stage. And that, look, this is what I'm wearing at the moment. today I'm fashioning this. That's one pack done. Not bad. Not bad. We've created this, which means that I'm guessing we're ready to start putting wheels on. The one other thing I have to do is just feed that brake line through. Let me do that quickly. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to moan at me and tell me I've missed a part. So let's see if I can do this like last time and get this in. American football was actually called gridiron, wasn't it? Right, let's get in this brake line through the hole. Oh, this one's gone in a lot easier than the last one did, he says, as it gets stuck. No, we got it through. There you go. I've got some feedback from somewhere. I don't know if you can hear feedback in the microphone. I can hear feedback, which is a little bit weird, but there we go. That's in there. You can see probably a little bit better than you can on the lights that I've been using there. It's a bit weird how the suspension's hanging down like that. I guess that's how it's meant to do. And then obviously this bit's going to be going into the top. I'm about to see what we've got to do in the next stage. But that's now looking like that. Very good. Was it the 86 the Bears won? Was that when Walter Payton was playing for them? I can't remember how long ago that was. See, I know my stuff. I know my stuff. Okay, let's just bring up the next pack and see what we're doing in that. This is the magazine. Oh, let's come out. We might be able to get through one side, but it depends what they want us to do. Oh, it looks like we've got the steering rack. Okay, steering rack first. No problem, man. Actually, it's quite a quick little pack, so let's do that one and see how far we go. So this is going to be stage 33. Okay, I've got it all laid out here. Not much in the pack here. This is great. I like this. And as you just heard with all that jangling, this is all metal. Very good. My team Wolves beat Liverpool on Saturday and I'm so happy. Adrian, my dad's a Wolves fan. He was over the moon. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is we've got these two parts here. And these are just going to be pieced together just like that. It's really weird for a family as close knit as mine. I've got 3 brothers. My dad and my 3 brothers, everyone supports a different team in the UK. So I'm an Arsenal fan. My brother Michael is a Liverpool fan. My brother Andrew, he's a Tottenham fan for all his sins. And my brother Colin is a Leeds fan. So, yeah, we're all different. Just seeing how we're putting these in. So we've got these tiny screws here, which are QM screws. They're going into points 1 here. Excellent. And then we've got one just down the bottom on this one just here. There you go. And then we've got this little device, which again, this is metal. Everything here is metal. This is crazy. Not quite sure how this goes. Let me have a look at their picture. Stand by. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is going to be going this way round. They're saying on this section just here. That doesn't look right, but it has to be right because that's what they told me to do. Hang on. No, that's that way round. No, definitely. This is how they want it. They want it in there. Held in with AM screws. Let's do that. Makes no sense to me at all, this doesn't. I don't even know what we're fitting. No, my mum and... Because my mum comes from... All my family live in Wolverhampton. If you didn't know. They're all... they all come from the Midlands, Wensfield. Live down the Nayshell Lane, if you know Wolverhampton very well. And those that don't live in Wolverhampton live in Telford and Shifnal ways. So this doesn't seem to fit there. If it does, it's not fitting very well. I'm just trying to figure out which way round this goes. It can only go in this way. Stand by. No. Okay. This isn't making any sense. No, I definitely had it the right way round. It just doesn't seem to fit flush. let's get one in and see how it looks. Can't even line it up. Perhaps it's best to actually just get one screw in to line it up, which I think I've just done. Yes. And then I'll try and line up the other side. You're in Willenhall. Oh, so you're quite close to where the old Nayshoal pub used to be. I know they've torn it down now. See, I know the area. Okay. Don't think that sits very well, but it's in. How it's meant to be in there. This is where things are going to get fun. We're going to actually attach this to somehow. It's not helping with what direction this goes in. So it's going where this is. This thing keeps coming out. Look at it. Bergdish, you're right about not gluing that. I'm just keeping that out for now. It's going to be going into this bit here, and we do have a little locating peg in the middle. So it's going to go on like that. That's held in again with AM screws. Get that loaded up here. And get these ones in. Take care, Helder. See you later. No blood, yeah, there probably will be soon. Just as you go, Helder, something nasty will happen. Get this one in here as well on the other side. Whoops. Oops. I hate it when that happens. Again, you never get to see this on the normal videos on the channel. I edit all this out when I'm having problems with screws falling off. Okay, a little bit tighter. There we go. And that's that in. Which means the last thing to do is they want this steering rack to go in from this side here all the way through to the other side there. Very good. And I see how this works now. So what's going to happen is, let me show you this. The whole of that side is where you can actually see the rack. When this moves backwards and forwards, obviously the steering is going to be able to turn the wheels. Very ingenious way of doing that. I don't think we've done that on any of the 1.8 builds before. But good technique. But that is all there is to do in that stage. So there's going to be 3 stages to do this. There's no way I'm going to be finishing that tonight, not in the next 4 minutes. So that weren't too bad. So I'll have to do the rest on the next one and see how it goes. What have we been talking about? Very thin premix, Lou. What? Depends how thick the paint is. Lou, are you still there? Should I lower my air pressure when I spray the pearlescent paint for Aztecing? You know what? We've got a really big problem in the UK. I can't get lacquer-based pearlescent paint or iridescent paint in this country. You cannot get it at all. You can get acrylic stuff, but I really wanted to use the lacquer stuff. Now, apparently, Mackenzie make pigments, and they can be sent through the mail. And then I can add it to a clear lacquer that I've got here and make the colour myself. I don't really want to do that, to be honest with you. But you can't take lacquer on a plane. You can't send it mail order. Which begs the question, how do women get their lacquer-based nail varnishes on planes? That don't make any sense to me at all. So, yeah, if anyone's in a market for making lacquer-based iridescent paint, in the UK, you would make an absolute killing. But, yeah, nightmare. What do I have left for the Dodge Charger? Howard, I've got the last pack here, where we've sandwiched both parts together. That's just down here. And then one more pack to go after that. So that'll be coming soon as well. Tomorrow, Patreons. I've got the next Porsche, 917 Porsche. And I don't know if you can see this. That box on top, look how big it is. There's a massive piece of bodywork in there. So that's what we're going to do on the Patreon stream tomorrow. I don't know what stage that's up to. That's the IXO one I'm building, which is ahead of the Agora models one. I have been building that on the Patreon channel. But it's been fun tonight. Use what I said, Wayne. Don't use the acrylic. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, Paul. I really did want to get a ready mixed lacquer though. But those Mackenzies I've got my eye on. And I am thinking, is there a way to get that into this country? But you need some sort of massive, I don't know, flammable liquid license to actually get them in. But I can't believe that there is no lacquer-based iridescent paints in the UK. Absolutely crazy. Taxidermy suppliers for paints, not lacquer-based Hobby Time. Trust me, I've searched till I'm blue in the face. I cannot find any lacquer-based iridescent paints. But if you know any in the UK, then by all means, get in touch with me. If you want paint for the Aztec and the Enterprise, check out Otaku Builder. He used some, and you can import it. I will have a look, Dominic. But I'm not holding out hope, because believe me, I spent a good half a day looking at where we can get this stuff from. But I don't know. It's all fun. But listen, thanks for joining me tonight. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be building the new workstation, which will be the next... it's going to replace this whole thing here. It's going to be different in the workshop when that's here, that's for sure. It's hopefully going to make my life a little bit easier as well. Then Wednesday night, we're going to be doing the Porsche. Normal chat Thursday. And I think for the end of the week, we are going to be doing the Dodge Charger. I also have the GT40 here, and I've also got R2D2. So I have to think what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week. No idea yet, but you know me, I like to wing it by the day. So listen, take care of yourselves, and I will see you later.